Bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous, je suis Yana et c'est Primelang. Hi everyone, I'm Yana and this is Primelang. Bienvenue à notre nouvelle leçon de français. Aujourd'hui, je voudrais vous expliquer comment utiliser le verbe être. On va discuter comment il se conjugue et après comment on peut l'utiliser dans une phrase. Today, I would like to explain to you how to use the verb to be, the verb être. I'll explain to you how it's conjugated and then how you can use it in sentences. For beginner, this verb is a great tool. So if you're just starting to learn French, le verbe être is one of the first things you're going to have to learn, and you will most likely be learning at your classes if you attend. And once you've learned it, plus some extra vocabulary, you'll be able to say a lot of things about yourself and about others. Today I will cover just a couple of them, a couple of things that a couple of ways of using this verb. But let's work on some grammar first. Let's look at the conjugation. La conjugaison dans la forme affirmative et négative. On your screen you should be able to see a simple table with two columns. On the left there's la forme affirmative and on the right there's la forme négative. Let me first read through the left column, the affirmative form. I'll just read through the entire table and then I'll make some comments. So, je suis, tu es, t'es, il est, elle est, on est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. Okay? As you can see, here we have quite a few forms of this verb to be. English is a lot more economical with this verb. It's only got three forms: am, is, and are. Well, in French we've got some extras, so let's take a look at them. Well, je suis, I am, and the contracted form in brackets you can see is suis or shui even. You will often hear this form in spoken French rather than je suis. Naturally, a lot of people also say je suis, but when they're speaking fast, you are more likely to hear shui. Tu es or t'es. T'es is also a contracted form. It's you are. But in French there are two pronouns that mean you. This one, tu, it's the one that you would have to use when you are talking to a friend or to a family member or to a child, you know, to anyone with whom you can be informal. Il est, he is. Elle est, she is. On est. I'm going to stop here for a second. On est has two, the pronoun on has two meanings. One is like we, and the other one is impersonal pronoun, when we're not talking about anyone in particular. For example, you could say, when one is tired, one goes to bed. Quand on est fatigué, on se couche. So when you don't mean anybody in particular. Or you could say, when you are tired, you go to bed. But when you say that you in English, you are not talking about any particular person. So, but the other one, like I said, is we. And the next pronoun, nous, is also we. Nous sommes. In spoken French, you are more likely to hear on. But it's very important to remember both of these pronouns, and it is especially important to pay attention that the forms of the verb to be are different. On est, but nous sommes. You must never mix them up. It's important not to confuse them. Vous êtes. It's again you are. Only this you is different. Vous is used when you are talking to a person whom you don't know. Or to someone with whom you have a more formal relationship. Maybe it's your teacher or your boss, or you know, just anyone with whom you're maintaining certain distance. Or you can use the verb, the pronoun vous, when you're talking about when you're talking to a group of people. So, ils sont, they are, and elles sont, they are. Here we have two pronouns, they, il and elles. Il includes all of the objects, men and women, or masculine and feminine objects. But elle, that's a special pronoun only for feminine objects or for, female, girls, whatever. It's important to differentiate between these two pronouns. They are not to confuse, not ever to be confused. Okay, and so this is it about the affirmative form. The negative form is quite simple, in my opinion. I'm going to read it through real quick. Je ne suis pas, je suis pas. Tu n'es pas, t'es pas. Il n'est pas, elle n'est pas. On n'est pas. Nous ne sommes pas. Vous n'êtes pas. Ils ne sont pas. Elles ne sont pas. I'm just going to make a couple of comments about the negative form. When you're forming a negative sentence, in French you see two parts. Ne is before the verb and pas is after it. In spoken French, ne is often dropped. And if you were paying attention, in the first two forms, suis pas et t'es pas, there is no ne, because in spoken French it's almost certainly dropped. But you never drop pas. Also, it's very important to note that ne turns into n apostrophe if the verb begins with a vowel. For example, il n'est pas, elle n'est pas. You cannot say il ne est pas. It's just not how it's done. You will never hear two vowels in a row in French language. So please pay attention to this. Well, that's it about the negative form and the conjugation altogether. And now it's time to actually start looking at how the verb être can be used. If you remember, at the beginning of my video lesson, I said, Bonjour, je suis Yana. So I said my name, and of course I can say je m'appelle Yana, but in case you don't remember the verb s'appeler, and you can't remember the phrase je m'appelle, you say je suis, and you're fine. So this is the first use. You could just say your name with the help of the verb to be, the verb être. The other, or the next use is nationalities and professions. You can talk about your job and the country you're from, or your nationality. I'm going to today look at some professions and some nationalities. So let's first look at nationalities. Nationalité. Here I wrote just a few examples with the feminine form in brackets where it's appropriate. In this video lesson, I'm not going to dwell on it because I think it deserves a separate video. I'm just going to say both masculine and feminine form, and I recommend that you try to remember them. And when we make the video on nationalities, you'll be able to recognize these adjectives, and it'll make it easier for you. So let's see. Anglais or anglaise, English. Français, française, French. Russe, Russian. It only has one form, both from feminine and masculine. Japonais, japonaise, Japanese. Chinois, chinoise, Chinese. Américain, américaine, American. Ukrainien, ukrainienne, Ukrainian. That's it. And now a few jobs. Profession. Musicien, musicienne, musician. Journaliste. It only has one form. Écrivain, chanteur or chanteuse. I'm sorry, I'm going to back up a little bit. I forgot to translate. So, journaliste, I think it's clear, it's journalist. Écrivain, it's a writer. Now, chanteur, chanteuse, singer. And danseur, danseuse, dancer. Also, one important comment I forgot to make about nationalities. In English, they are capitalized. But in French, they aren't. Anglais, Français, Russe, you see these things, Japonais. None of these words are capitalized. It's not a mistake. This is the rule of French. Please remember it. And let's look at some examples. Salut, je suis Marc. Je suis français et je suis professeur. Salut Marc, je suis Martine. Je suis anglaise et je suis journaliste. Enchanté. So, what are they saying? Hi, I'm Mark. I'm French and I'm a teacher. Professeur is a teacher. Hi, Mark. I'm Martine. I'm English and I'm a journalist. Enchanté. Mark says an important phrase, an important word. Enchanté. It means nice to meet you. Je ne suis pas anglaise, je suis américaine. I'm not English, I'm American. Mon meilleur ami est écrivain. Il est américain. My best friend is a writer. He is American. Notre voisine est chanteuse. Elle est japonaise. Our neighbor is a singer. She is Japanese. So that's it. Now you can talk about your name, your job, and your nationality. You can also use the verb to be or the verb être to talk about your feelings and state. You know, talk about how you feel. There are lots and lots of examples of that, but here I've written just a few. I think it's a good start. Les états, les émotions. So let's see. Être content or contente, to be glad or content. Être heureux, heureuse, to be happy. Être libre, to be free. To be free meaning like I'm a free person, or meaning, like I have a free time. I'm free tomorrow or something like this. Être pris or être prise, to be busy. Être fatigué, to be tired. Être malade, to be sick. Être triste, to be sad. Être désolé, to be sorry. So please remember these and you'll feel how much more you'll be able to say. Let's look at some examples. Salut, on dîne ensemble ce soir? Salut, non, ce soir c'est impossible, je suis prise. Et demain? Demain ça marche, je suis libre. À demain donc. Hi, let's have dinner together tonight. Hi, no, tonight it's impossible, I'm busy. And tomorrow? Tomorrow it works. I'm free. See you tomorrow then. Next example. Ma copine est très heureuse parce qu'elle a une nouvelle voiture. My friend is really happy because she's got a new car. And the next one. Pourquoi t'es triste? Je suis pas triste, je suis fatiguée, c'est tout. Why are you sad? I'm not sad, I'm tired, that's all. Well, so these examples I hope have helped you to illustrate how much you can say using this verb plus some vocabulary. There's nothing more on the screen. I'm going to end this video by talking a little bit about myself, only in French, and you try to translate what I'm saying. I will not translate it into English. Okay. Salut, je suis Yana. Je suis professeure d'anglais et de français. Je suis ukrainienne et je suis très heureuse de vous parler aujourd'hui. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful. Drop me a comment and let me know what you think. Give me the thumbs up if you like what you've seen, and subscribe to our channel so you wouldn't miss the new videos. Bye. Au revoir.